What's considered a major disaster in the world, Amy?
Well, for instance, on the trophies, I had made the sculpture. I built a box, put the sculpture in to pour the liquid rubber basically to make this mold, and the box didn't hold. And so while I'm pouring this big bucket of like liquid rubber stuff, I didn't know, but it was like oozing out and dripping down the table, all over the carpet, all over me, like everywhere. And I'm like, why isn't this filling up? And I'm like looking in the box, not looking at like.
Yeah, you're like, why's my feet wet?
Yeah, and I'm like, this should be like full. I'm running out of material, and I'm like starting to panic, like, what the hell? And that's when I step back, and it's just like oozing everywhere, and I was just like, Cody, or like trying to keep the cats away,
Cats licking it.
Yeah, they were just like ready to run through it, and it was just like freaked out, and when it dries hard, so it was like it's in the carpet still, I'm like, sorry. If we ever move, we'll have to replace the carpet real quick. But yeah, I mean, but again, I don't see that as a failure. I just figure like, okay, that didn't work. What can I do to better this? And
how did you like develop such a healthy relationship to obstacles? Meaning, like you had this incident, and you're like, okay, it's not gonna hold me back. I'm not gonna tell myself a negative story about it. That sounds very mature and very healthy. Like, how did you reach that place? Because I think a lot of people struggle with like, oh my God, this is some hardship, or it's like a speed bump. I'm gonna shut down, or
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely. I do hit speed bumps. I do get frustrated. I do kind of lose hope sometimes. I'm just like, man, I'm way in over my head. Like, how am I going to get through this? There's someone waiting and expecting something from me. Like, how am I going to pull this together? And it's kind of like those the expectations of someone else. I'm like, I can't let them down. Like, I gotta figure this out. Like, man up and do it. And that kind of sometimes gets me over the hump. Other times I need to literally step away for a day, not think about it, just go do something else, and then come back a little more refreshed and be like, okay, I got a clear head now. Let's do this. And just, I don't know, like the self-determination or perseverance, or I don't know what you call it. It's just.
Have you always been that way? Or did the series of events kind of mold you?
I mean, through the level of like training and competing through dance and skating, I think that had molded me in a way, no pun intended. Had like literally been for the most part hardwired into me of if you don't suck, basically don't suck. You got to figure it out. You got to look good. You got to make it good and sell it, or present it, and do it for yourself, obviously. Don't just do it to please somebody else. But make that achievement, for yourself. And so at the end of the day, I'm like, man, that was a bitch, but I did it. There's actually, I had that little note right here. I have on all my computers at work and at home. It's this little saying. It's called the creative process. Step 1 is, this is going to be awesome. Step 2, this is hard. Step 3, this is horrible. Step 4, I'm horrible. Step 5, that was awesome. And like I ran, my boss actually gave that to me years ago because I was stuck on a project at work and just like pulling my hair out. I was upset. I was freaking out. And he just kind of like slipped that little process note on my desk, and I read it. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get this, and put that right on my computer. I put one on in my studio at home, and that's like become my, mantra of things. It's like, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go down, but you keep pushing through, and you're gonna come out on the end just fine.